Oh, he said that, did he? Well, he can just... I was gonna respond to him. I was gonna respond and say he can just off himself and all things would be right with the world, but no. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. What did Andy Samberg say? Well, you probably saw it in the thumbnail. He told critics of the new Oscar rule. You know, the one where they say that they have to have all of these movies to be filled with diversity token check boxes, and they have to be, you know, instead of a movie like Snakes on a Plane, which would never win an Oscar in the first place, so who am I kidding? Bad example, I guess, there. And it's pretty damn diverse now that I think about it. So instead of a movie being fun, I know I'm using bad examples and I'm rambling. Instead of a movie just being fun and entertaining and really well done, no, it has to have all of these little qualifications, and it's a literal diversity checklist, like I keep saying. And we know how diversity checklists are. They're designed to market to you, so you are a good little consumer, right? And that's who I am. I'm a consumer advocate, Harpy. And I harp on the studios, the industries, mostly the entertainment industry. Sometimes we go into fast food and woke stuff. Oh, I got videos on my live channel, and they're mostly cooking, and I'm probably going to make cookies this week, and I'm probably going to stream it here and upload it over there. Definitely check your bells, boobs, and balls for all that stuff. And I have Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, Parler, all the things, except for Subscribe Star. I should probably look into that. And I have a P.O. Box, Mecha Random 42, P.O. Box 1566, Loveland, Colorado 80539. It is in the description if you want to check that out. Now, Andy Samberg tells all of us to go F ourselves or F off or whatever he's saying. I like everything I see him in. I like him as an actor. I like him as a comedian. I like him as an entertainer. Shut your mouth. Let us actually be entertained, for crying out loud. You don't need to do this stuff to be off-putting to your fan base. Sorry, you don't. Oh, I gotta finish The Dark Crystal at some point. I saw 3 episodes of it, and I absolutely love it. You know me, I'm one of these people. I have a life-size Fizz gig, and if I knew where I put him, he's behind me. Ooh. He's back there. He's actually chilling with the lemurs and the Baby Yoda stuff, so he's back there. If I would have thought to grab him, I would have used him as a prop for this video. But I liked The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, and I'm apparently pushing buttons on my keyboard when I slam my hands down.
I push it again and again and again and again.
It's better than hitting the microphone constantly, because I'd have to add sound effects for that when I do it. Andy Samberg tells critics of the new Oscars representation and inclusion standards to F off. Well, he can F off too, for all I care. Didn't I beat this guy up in the Age of Resistance video game, I want to say? Was he one of the bad guys in the video game, or is he one of the good guys? Well, he's a Skeksis, so of course he's a bad guy. Those guys were the bad guys. Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. Now I want to play the video game. Now I'm going off on a tangent because that's how little I care about these actors. Because these actors, once they tell me to F off, then I'm like, fine, you're shit under my shoes. Your opinion doesn't matter. You don't even, like, this is the thing. They don't even understand why people might be upset by this. And why people might not want to be treated like we are special needs. All right, I can't speak for any of the ethnic stuff, right? But I can speak as a woman. When I go in to be hired for a position, I always wonder, am I qualified for it? Or do they just have a checkbox where, oh, we need an LGBT woman this week? And I'm barely even LGBT as far as they're concerned, because I'm only the B in the alphabet. That just means I'll bring a chick into bed with me and whoever I'm dating at the time. Is that a 4-way since there's 2 symbionts and 2 trills? Ooh, that's a 4-way. That's not even a 3. Anywho. He tells people to F off. Are we no more than just a label, than just a diversity checkbox so the people in Hollywood can feel like they're not ists and phobes? Is that really it? Because nobody wants to exclude other ethnicities, genders, whatever. We don't want to be excluding those people. That's how humanity evolves, is by bringing new ideas to the table, bringing more people into the fold. You know, if your best friend makes the best Mexican food on the planet and you want to try and replicate the recipes, that's not cultural appropriation. That's appreciation. That's saying, I love your culture and I want to celebrate you for who you are in whatever way I can. And nobody really ever had a problem with that until recently. Nobody had a problem until, a lot of dumb people decided that they knew what was going on and decided to be mad on their own, Their own isms, their own phobias. Let's read the article. Dark Crystal Age of Resistance voice actor Andy Samberg. I almost say Adam Sandler. That's why I'm saying Andy weird, because I almost go into Adam Sandler every time when I see his name, because they're so, don't they star and stuff together all the time too? Recently told critics of the Oscars' new representation and inclusion standards to F off. Samberg, who voiced the heretic, all right, aka Sek Gra, appeared, I don't even know how to say it. Ooh, so he was both. Now I gotta watch it. You're spoilers, even though the video game got pretty much the exact same plot. Spoilers for the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, which I need to finish. But I'm really mad because Netflix took it off. That's a tangent. That's a side note. Netflix, you're leaving Cuties up, but you're taking away Dark Crystal. Are you kidding me? That was such a good show. I don't think anybody would have a problem with. And here's a side rant. If they decided, due to the, cough, cough, great toilet paper shortage of 2020, to decide to animate it or CGI the Skeksis and everything, I don't think anybody would have a problem if they just did that for a season or two. Really, because we have the live action puppets. We have that, and it's perfect, and it was fine, and everything was wonderful with it. But to continue and finish the story that they started, this is why one of the things in my personal life, I never like to watch a series until it's had a few seasons, until I know that it has a conclusive, happy ending or happy enough, satisfying enough ending for the fan base. That is one of my personal, and that's kind of why it's hard for me to get into a lot of the shows as they're airing. So if I'm not reviewing something, that's probably part of it, is because it's kind of hard for me because I don't want to be let down. I don't want to get invested in something and then a season in have it ripped away from me. Oh, but it doesn't matter anyway because the guy who voices one of the characters says we all suck and he doesn't like us or whatever. Why? What's he imagining? He stated, the Oscar thing, people having issues with that are insane. The parameters, if you look at them closely, you can have the whitest cat. All right. Here's where the issue is. Nobody is saying you need to have a white cast. No. You're just looking at the very superficial layer and you're not looking 5 or 6 steps in. You're not actually looking deep into the argument of, are we actually getting these jobs for some superficial diversity checkbox, or did we actually earn it? Are we actually qualified? Because there's a lot of people I see in the world who aren't qualified to be doing the jobs that they're doing. All right. And when you just label people and force them into that, you can't help but wonder, is that going to be the case? Is that the case? Has that been happening all this time? I wonder. Now my bells are going off. Now my brain's starting to turn. This is never a good thing when my brain starts to turn, because when my brain starts to turn, I'm thinking 20 steps out. And that is why seeing something like this is quote unquote offensive. It is quote unquote, because they only hear in their own little racist heads that you have a problem with seeing other people on screen who might not be, my shade, my skin shade. That is not the case. The whole case of this is, did we earn this position? Did we deserve this? Is this quality entertainment, or is this just a checkbox cornucopia? We need one of every label and every color of the rainbow and every this and that in every checkbox, so you get a giant bingo card, or as I like to call it, a giant game of Wokemon. Giant game of Wokemon, where you just get one of every color of the rainbow and one of every shade and one of every gender and ethnic and whatever. Just to what? Prove you're not a bunch of Ismophobes. They're turning people into a game of Wokemon to collect us all, one of each one, and put us in a Wokedex just so they can pat themselves on the back for collecting us all. That's what I feel like. Do you guys feel like that too? Because I don't think that's right. That doesn't make it a good thing. I mean, and I get it. Their heart's in the right place, their head's up their own ass, and that's the case all the time. But of course, when I see something like this, and I'm like, oh, well, he just thinks that all people want to see just white people on screen. Apparently in Hollywood, They have a problem with that. And apparently in Hollywood, they still see people only for the superficial, for their marketing purposes. That's what it feels like to me. It's for marketing. It is for research. Why do I say that? Because there's another video I did a while back today. Like it's a long time ago, about an hour ago. Now, this article that I was talking about earlier, it is about the franchises based on surveys. What were the most inspirational, influential? What franchises did you connect with? I'm going to have that video coming out at some point. They use it as a marketing tool because they're saying, oh, for Gen Z audiences, for Black audiences, for this and that. And that is why it's so much easier to shuffle people in and herd them into their little focus group categories. It really, really is. And whether the Oscars mandating this, that might be the case. That might be the case. Because maybe market and research and those sort of things have been herding people off into these segregated categories for so long.
Wank.
That now you have Hollywood coming in and saying, oh, no, we can't have this anymore. Let's mix it up like the real world is. Maybe that's part of it. But like I said, when you do that, though, and make it mandated like that, it really, really feels like you're just collecting us like Pokemon. It feels like you're just using that as an excuse to pat yourself on the back, right? That's all it really feels like to me. And who knows which came first, the chicken or the egg in that instance? Did the marketing who decided to separate us all off into categories come first, or are the studios responsible? Did they employ them? Who knows? But that's just me going a little tinfoil on you guys. Sorry for going off on a tangent there. Back in September, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced new representation and inclusion standards for Oscars eligibility. I've never seen myself on screen ever to this day. Never. The closest I had was possibly Mira from Aquaman because she had hair like this. Oh, and Ariel from The Little Mermaid. That's about it. If you're only going as far as skin deep, and I am nothing like either of those two fish ladies. Thank you very much.
Let's go eat some fried fish.
Especially the one that crapped on her husband's bed and cut off his finger. That is a topic for another video.
Come on, vote and go.
But that was the actress, not the character either. Going off on tangents today. I apologize.
'Cause there's no more pasta. Oh no.
And here's the people who are responsible for the standards. The aperture must widen to reflect our diverse global population in both the creation of motion pictures and the audiences who connect with them. Again, heart's in your right place. Head seems to be up your own backside by mandating this as a only way to qualify for the Oscars. That just seems insane to me. That just really, really seems so ill-informed. It seems so ill-informed. But then again, how many times throughout history and humanity have we done the wrong thing for the right ideas, I suppose? That's another tangent that we're not going into, and fill in the blank there if you want. It's a catalyst for long-lasting, essential changes in our industry. As for the specific requirements, they require that films meet 2 of 4 standards to be eligible. The first one is on-screen representation, themes, and narratives. All right. So, themes and narratives. On screen, so you can just put a token person there and you can still have your same, or does it have to be a theme of, and now we're talking about racial issues in the country? Seriously, what if I just want to watch, like I opened with, snakes on a fucking plane, right? You still have that, but it doesn't have that theme. It doesn't have the and here's how it has to do with the color of their skin, because it doesn't really. You have Samuel L. Jackson getting rid of some motherfucking snakes on some motherfucking planes. A plane. There's just one of them.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
The second is creative leadership and the project team. The third is industry access and opportunities. That I do like, having the opportunity to advance your career. Having that, because I could go to Hollywood and never get my foot in the door because I'm not of the clique. And that is one thing that I do want to call out in Hollywood, especially now, and it still goes on. You have this sort of clique of people who all recite the same crap, and it looks like Andy Samberg is either in that clique or trying to be a part of it, right? Trying his hardest to get noticed by that clique. So, if I shame the right people, if I talk down to the right group of people, then all the money, where all the big money for the movies comes from. Never mind the fact that it's going to destroy the film industry in the long run, even with or without the great toilet paper shortage of 2020. Never mind that stuff. they don't care. They're only thinking about what's right in front of them. And what's right in front of them is, I get this job. I get this big fat paycheck if I say the right thing to appease the right people, because the people who want to hear this are the people who are going to hire me for the next movie. So it's so disingenuous anyway. They don't even actually care about what they're talking about for the most part, because if they actually did, they would practice what they preach, and they wouldn't need a fucking mandate to do it, now would they? So no, they don't actually care about what they're talking about anyway. Ah, and he's drinking gasoline. Hey, great idea there, buddy. Never do that. They can also have at least 30% of all actors in secondary and more minor roles. What if you just have 2 people on screen? This includes women, racial or ethnic groups, LGBT. See, this is why I talk about it, because women, people with physical disabilities. I am dyslexic, even though the only people who really treat that like a disability are the people on Star Trek Discovery. And let's face it, you know how well they are about representation and diversity over there on Star Trek Discovery.
Timber!
I think that's a perfect example and a perfect place to leave this, is that we're used just for, here you go, you check a box, here's your label, get your little tiny pittance of a paycheck and wheel yourself through the hallway for all eternity. What's my motivation? I don't know. What's my name? I don't know. Why am I here? How would I get on the ship? There's no stairs. I don't know, but they're there for representation.
Timber!
Hooray for Timmy! I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
So we're gonna eat some fried fish.
No, please, God, kill me now. No, damn crap, damn it to hell.
Yeah.